Well, I started off really well, nice and early in the season with a Raj. We went and did a team shoot in the Rocky Mountains in Alberta, in Brokeback country. Brokeback Mountain, the film was shot there, and we stayed really close to that. So it was really cool to really feel the broke-backness of it all. But come on, guys. From there, I moved down to Colorado, and Keystone killed it. They had their park up and early one day when they built the big table line, and we did a shoot on it. We had a crane over top the biggest jump, and so we just went haywire on it all day. Got some cool shots, learned some new tricks, and then comp season started.
Yeah, TJ!
U.S. Open, got into the finals for Big Air again. I was so looking forward to getting on the podium again, trying to go for my hat trick. I stomped another switch 14, and then I tried it. Like, I stomped it so good, and I was like, oh, that's so easy. I'm just gonna go so much bigger and just stomp it because that was really easy. And then I just kept going bigger and bigger and crashing harder and harder. And yeah, kind of screwed up, kind of lost my mindset. And we went to X Games, and super fun slopestyle course this year, great setup. And training was sick, I was super psyched. And then I was so psyched that I psyched myself out and screwed up on like my money trick and got really bummed again. Then I had the chance to go to Japan to do the Nippon Open, or my other choice was to go with a Raj and stay in British Columbia and go to Retallick cat skiing. And I've never skied really in British Columbia, even though I live there, and I've never been in a cat out in the backcountry, so I obviously took the choice of skiing at home and having fun there, and it was the most fun I've had all year. And we stayed there for 1 week, got some killer shots. I was having a little bit of trouble because it was my first time really trying to give her on pillows and like trying to scope out lines and tight trees and stuff, but I think I learned quite a bit. And I can't wait to go back and do some cat skiing, and especially now that Tanner's got part ownerships. We got Armada backing it there, and do a couple trips there next year or in that area because Nelson rules. The next day we went to Whitewater, and first run, like way steep snow. I had my ARGs, the sickest powder ski ever in the world. And I went and asked one of the locals, like, hey, where's like a sick cliff line? I want to get a shot right away. I want to get it done. Like, he's like, yeah, right here. Like, a couple of people have hit it already. Watch out, landing's a little flat. And I saw it. I'm like, oh, that looks sick. I'm just gonna be so psyched and go do tricks off it right away. Like, right when I popped, I'm like, that is a flat landing, and it's a huge bomb hole. And I came around, and like, my friend's got a photo. Like, I'm like perfectly like 4-point ready to stomp off this like 20-foot cliff. And I land in this bomb hole, and I just double ejected, like fireball, trip front out, stomped it to my face in so much powder. It turned out I dislocated my ankle. So I was some wrenching pain. And I went home the next day. I took ownership on my house, got my house together, and got my ankle 140% back in shape. The first day back on hill, a Raj European Open in Switzerland. My ankle was feeling great, and like all my physios were like, no, you shouldn't ski the rest of the year, blah, blah, blah. But I'm too ADD to not ski, so obviously I did. But the best part about when it's dumping at a contest is that everyone's at the top waiting to go ski the contest, but I was just skiing powder in the trees. Kind of got the good vibe back, got stoked again. After that, went to Unolson Invitational. My favorite event, my favorite place to be, my favorite jump ever. It's the best every year. Never think it can get better, and every year it is the best thing ever. And I just went there, and it was no impact on me, no impact on my ankle. I was just like, oh, there we go. That feels good. And that was like my little stepping point of the season. I got my stoke level back, and I just came back, did WSI, won the Big Air, and then just filmed for the rest of the season, hit a bunch of sick jumps, did a couple new tricks. I was working on my butters off jumps a lot this year. So when I looked at my season at the end, I was like, oh man, I was injured and I missed out on all this powder and filming, and I screwed up the US Open and X Games. And I was like, wait a minute, I won a contest before the season and I got one at the end of the year. So My job here is done. And I got a segment with a new film company, MSB, which is super fun to work with those guys.